From a crow's perspective, you are one of two things: a god who delivers food from the sky, or a monster whose face must never be forgotten. The crow makes this decision in seconds, and it never changes its mind. What you are about to see is how every animal on Earth has already categorized you. Animals do not see humans the way humans see themselves. They do not see a rational, well-meaning, dominant species managing the planet. They see something that does not fit into any category their nervous system was built for. Something that appears without warning, kills without hunger, controls without reason, and sometimes, inexplicably, saves lives and provides food for no apparent benefit. To the animal brain, we are supernatural. Let's start with the God category, because some animals have genuinely deified us. Crows that receive regular food from a specific human show approach behavior identical to pack greeting rituals. They bring gifts. They follow the person. They alert them to danger. In documented cases, crows have defended their feeders from other humans who approached. The feeder has been classified as a resource worth protecting. Not just the food, the person. Dolphins that interact positively with humans over time begin initiating contact. They approach without being fed, without being trained, simply to be near, to interact,
to play.
Marine biologists studying wild dolphin populations have documented individual dolphins who specifically sought out human boats, swimmers, and divers across decades. Not for food, for something that has no clean scientific name yet. Now, let us go to the monster category, because this is where it gets deeply uncomfortable. In 2019, researchers published a study measuring stress hormones in wildlife near human recreational areas. The animals near hiking trails, not hunted, not disturbed, just near human presence, showed cortisol levels equivalent to animals under active predator attack. To those animals, a human walking a trail is indistinguishable from a predator preparing to kill. Not because the hiker has done anything threatening, because 300,000 years of human hunting left an imprint nothing erases. Now here is where the god and monster categories begin to collide. Elephants. Elephants have one of the most sophisticated human recognition systems in the animal kingdom. They distinguish between different human ethnic groups based on scent and clothing color. In Kenya, the Maasai, who have historically herded cattle near elephants and occasionally speared them, trigger a strong threat response in elephants, even when the Maasai individual is unarmed. Farmers from a different ethnic group who do not hunt elephants trigger almost no response. The elephant has a cultural memory, a file on entire human groups, not just individuals, entire categories of human identity. Now, let us talk about what happens when the monster becomes a god. When a human who has previously been classified as a threat begins behaving non-threateningly, the reclassification process is slow, careful, and requires consistent evidence over time. A single negative interaction can undo months of positive ones. The asymmetry is critical. Trust is built slowly. Fear is built instantly. This is not unique to animals. It is how threat detection systems work. The cost of misclassifying a threat as safe is death. The cost of misclassifying safe as threat is just inconvenience. Evolution always bets on caution. Now let us talk about the animals that seem to have created a third category entirely.
Dogs.
Dogs do not classify humans as god or monster. They classify specific humans as pack. Pack is not the same as god. Pack is not the same as monster. Pack means this creature's survival is linked to mine. What happens to them happens to me. This is the only classification system in the animal kingdom specifically designed for humans. Dogs evolved an entirely new cognitive category over 15,000 years just for us. Now let us talk about the animal that may have the most sophisticated view of humans of all. Orcas. Orcas have never been documented attacking a human in the wild. Not once. In all of recorded human history. Despite being apex predators capable of killing great white sharks. The most powerful predator in the ocean looks at a human swimmer and decides, not prey, not god, not monster, something else entirely. Orca researchers believe that orcas may have a cognitive model of humans as a separate intelligent species. Not prey, not predator.
Peers.
The evidence is circumstantial, but it is consistent across every recorded orca-human interaction, including the orca populations in Spain that have recently begun damaging boats. Researchers do not believe this is aggression. They believe it is play. Orcas that grew up watching their mothers interact with boats have developed an interest in boats. They are not attacking. They are engaging with an object that their social group finds interesting. The boat owners have a different perspective. Now, let us come back to the original question. Gods or monsters? The honest answer is, it depends entirely on what you have done, not what you intended, what you actually transmitted through your behavior. Every animal that has ever encountered you has filed a report on your movement patterns, your predictability, your smell, your sound, your history with their kind, and they have shared that file with every animal they know. The natural world has a reputation system, and you have a score. The extraordinary part is that the score can change. Not quickly, not easily, but consistently over time, with patient and predictable behavior. The monster can become something else. Not a god. Gods are unpredictable. Gods give and take, without explanation. What animals actually want from us is something more valuable than worship. Predictability. Consistency. The reliable absence of threat. A creature that always behaves the same way. That never surprises them with danger. That can be trusted to occupy the same space without causing harm. That is not a god. That is not a monster. That is something much rarer. Something most wild animals have never encountered from a human. A neighbor.